Alright, so I'm doing this take without editing since I don't have time since I'm releasing this AEPBR tester rig today. So I'll just go over the community note I put out on my YouTube channel and on Twitter. So I said, going to be releasing a new version of AEPBR today. It'll have starter rigs, blocky rig as well, which is, as you can see, the rig I'm using here. So these are the new updates. So it's been updated to work with Blender 4.0. There has been added a new UI, and yeah, so the new UI is this what I'm talking about. So no more weird like text thingy that I used to have. I think it looks better with the cogwheel. Eye color and such changes live. So I guess to show that, I just gotta enable this right there. There you go. As you can see, the eyes are colored like usually. Like usual. Sorry. I think my brain is melting. Anyways, as you can see, the eyes are the same color as here, and you can change it accordingly. As you can see, so if you want it to be another color, you can change that as you please. And you can also give it two different colors. So if you want a green pupil and a blue people, you can do that. And yeah, and this is the same with like the eyebrows and stuff. If you change the eyebrows, the color changes accordingly as well. So that's pretty handy. You won't need to really switch to this view unless you want the eye texture, since they will look like this when you render it. So that's the only catch, I guess. Now, the starter rigs, blocky rig as base, as I said before, there it is, the starter rigs works the same. You can switch the IK, and what's cool about this is you can even use this to move the rig. As you can see, it all works well. And you can also scale the head. You can make like those what is it called, like those baby packages in Roblox. Can do that, or you can make him like a giant with a big head. Do as you please, I guess. A simple face UI has been added back. Yeah, so I had to update this rig to work with 4.0, and 4.0 had a big update where they added like layers for rigs, which is very handy, but it did kind of break some stuff with my rig, including this simple face control UI I made. Just pretty cool. You might see it. You might have seen it in like a few rigs before. I don't know where I got the inspo from. I did get it from somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's on my credit list. It's like a whole list with things that inspired me with this rig. And yeah, this is basically just like a way to edit the rig. And it's pretty handy. As you can see, you can move the pupils from here. You can move the eyebrows, or like that as well. It's pretty handy. You can quickly make expressions just like that without tackling too much. It's a very, very handy panel. It is off by default, so you'll need to press N, open the properties, and then of course enable that. What do we have here as well? Mouse boolean has been improved. Yeah, so the mouse boolean used to be very, very laggy and quite buggy. I decided to improve that a bit as well. So as you can see, the frames hardly drop, and I'm actually on my laptop. That's why the mics might sound a bit bad. Eye color can be changed by a cogwheel, face properties instead of color wheel. So yeah, there used to be a color wheel that you had to like move, but honestly it's quite easy to use the color wheel that Blender has. This is inspired by, of course, Comics Productions is what is it called again? Fluid rig? Yeah, good rig. So I kind of just took that and placed it in here. Eye color, wait, no, that I already read that. Each property has a description of what it is. So yeah, each property has like a description. So if you don't know what it is, you can just hover over it and you can see reveal face controls on face. Gives you a simple UI. The effect of glowing eyes. Render subjects for face. So yeah, some of these descriptions have like a few Easter eggs. So if you want to look through them, go ahead. Gives him a job while talking. Bro been mewing. Stuff like that. Anyways, a few bug fixes, which I won't talk about too much since I think I've rambled on for a bit too long here. So teeth disappearing while talking, right eye pupil disappearing while blinking, that was an issue. Very confusing. Blink breaking when smiling, I fixed that as well. Eye deforming when eye boolean gets moved down, that has been fixed. Mouth disappearing while moving, that has also been fixed. So yeah, if you want this, join the server and then just go to the forums and then get the tester rig. If you see the tester rig channel, I can't post anything in there since my account was banned. I'm trying to recover that, but it's very confusing. So yeah, you'll need to get it via my other link. All right, well, let's get on to how the rig works. I'll show you a few of the properties, and yeah. So to get the rig, I don't want to hear this question. Just select this I guess slider thingy, and then just drag it over to that side, and then you'll get the face rig. There it is. If you don't want it, good, go ahead. Yeah, there it is. I mean, if you do that, it can't switch body parts just yet. I still have to do that. I want to do that after Starter Rigs 2.0 releases, since that'll make it probably the best rig you'll find. But as you can see, yeah, there it is. Now you can reveal extra face controls on here as well. So this like makes it easy to control the pupils very fast. May move the eyebrows, thicken the eyebrows. Then you can also scale the eyes. So if you want it to be like, if you want it to be like scared, you can do that. As you can see, making like, if he looks at something he adores, make it bigger. There it is. I'll close this for now. I did show this earlier, but as you can see, this is just like a scaler, since Roblox has like the thingy where you can like give your character different proportions. So this just basically adds that into the rig. I don't think any other rig has this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Ultimate Rig has this, or Fluid Rig. So I think this is the only rig that you will have with this, so you don't need to manually change it. As you can see, the head stays the same as it is in Roblox, and you can also scale the head accordingly. Now, if you look in the important properties, you just have to press N on your keyboard. Then you have the properties right here. First one is performance mode. If you hover over it, make the rig perform way better. Now this is a very technical thing, but it like changes a few things in the rig to make it have less vertices, less like usage of your RAM. It's very technical. I don't even know how I made this, but it works. So I've kept it in the rig ever since, and it's great. It's helped me a lot, so I keep that on. Anti-lag is a bit different. As you can see, it basically makes a rig like way simpler, but it kind of makes the rig kind of ugly. So just know that this is handy for like background characters and stuff, or like if you animated a character already and you don't want it to use up too much of your FPS while you're animating, just turn it on and it'll be fine. Now I also have a subdivisions render. Usually keep it at 3. That's probably the best. And then the viewport subdivisions, which you can approve as well. 1 is great, but I think most people like to keep it at 0. But 1 is quite good as well. It gives you like a nice feel of how it'll probably render out. Since 3 just kind of makes it a finished package, but 1 looks good in the viewport, and it will kind of look like this in the render. All right. Now this, I think I showed this before, but you can switch the head. At the moment, there are only 2 heads, which, yeah, it does look disappointing. But yeah, soon you'll be able to switch arms, have more heads. I'll add like a few, also some unique ones, and I want to make this a bit more complex. All right. Now, the face properties are probably the best you'll find in here, and probably the best you'll find in Roblox rigs altogether. We have this extra properties button, which I'll enable in a few minutes. For now, I'll look through this. So eye color L, as you can see, just changes the eye color. You can also like change the color of the eye, and then just hold this and drag that onto that. That makes it very simple. You couldn't do that with the color wheel I made when I was little. So there it is. That makes it very handy. Face controls enables like direct controls on the face, so you'll be able to move that around. All exciting. I think I found a bug. I'll fix that later on. Anyways, we also have like the mouth and the eye, which you can make them like widen up and stuff. You can also move like the eyebrow controls to make it a bit goofy and stuff. But yeah, let's move that back here. The beard gives the dude a beard, and it's a rigged as well. I know this might seem useless, but if you have like background characters, or you're doing like those aging animations where you have like a kid in the beginning and you want him to get older progressively, you can have him have a beard so he looks older. And it's rigged as well, so you won't get weird overlappings. And if your character has this beard, well, it's your lucky day. Classic face rig kinda says it all. Give it a blank eye. You can even clear the eyes so it doesn't have a texture, and you kind of get the old classic rigs back. And I mean, yeah, it's basically what you expect, just a classic rig. Alright, let's turn this back down. Dynamic face gives the guy a dynamic face, so when you move his pupils, I'll show you real quick. As you can see, it moves like the thingy. Inspired by MattRBX as well. If you've seen the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Eye glow. This only works in shading view. And you'll need a color for your eyes as well, so I'll give him a white color for now. It just makes the eyes glow, which is very handy. And yeah, that's all I gotta say for that. Face for the subdivisions of the render. Just gives the character different subdivisions for the render. Keep this at 3, I think that's fine. The viewport subdivisions changes the subdivisions for the viewport. Flatten pupils, flattens the pupils as said. Sync jaw will basically give him like a jawline while he's talking. Again, I don't think any other rig has this, so I think this is like the only rig. So if you want that, go ahead. I like to keep it at a small number like 0.1. Sync scale, if you put it at 1, you'll see it'll have like a talking effect, which is pretty cool. So if you want that, have as much fun as you want. Keeping this at a subtle 0.1 will give it a nice talking effect, not too exaggerated. Let's enable the extra properties, shall we? There it is. This gives you a bit more extra properties. ARKit mocap. If you've used ARKit or you want to use it, it's basically just facial mocap. So if you want him to like talk, but you don't want to animate it because you're lazy, or you want like a VTuber thingy like I've done before, this is your way to go. Listen, disable that. Adapt eyebrows to eyes. Basically makes the eyebrows like adapt to the eyes while blinking. Gives it a subtle effect, and it kind of reduces the work you have to do. So you don't have to move the eyebrows while you play your blink. It's very handy. You can change the amount. So if you want it to like be like attached to it, you can do that as well. This would make it like a dramatic blink, like that, you know. Anyways, change eyebrow shape does what it says. It changes the eyebrow shape, gives it a cubical form or shape, I guess. Change the pupil shape, changes the pupil shape. I like this one, it's pretty good. But yeah, it just changes the pupil shape. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. This is cool. Eye texture, a lot of textures for the eyes, as it says. Yeah, you can change through a lot of eye textures. That's pretty cool. Anyways, the glossiness changes the glossiness of the eyes, then Herobrine, of course, gets rid of the pupils. Now we have a few properties here as well. We have the mouth control, as I've shown before. This is probably the control that you'll be using a lot, considering a character that doesn't talk doesn't really exist, so there it is. This grins the teeth, also removes his teeth if we want him to look like an old man. This moves the mouth around very easily without you enabling direct controls. It does the same thing, just with a UI. This makes him have a smile or makes him frown. And you can make him a very happy man or very sad, depending on what your mood is. Sorry. Now, I won't get over Starter Rigs too much since there are plenty of tutorials online. But you have the IK/FK switches, fancy wrists, same with all the other body parts. You have the flip bone and all of that fancy stuff. And that's basically it. That's all you really have for AEPBR. Now, it may seem a bit underwhelming considering, you know, you probably expected a bit more with the body packages. But as I said before, the new Starter Rigs 2.0 update that is coming in a few will be very exciting. And I don't want to like add all the packages of 1.0 just for it to be updated in 2.0 and then for me to add it back into AEPBR. That would be a pain in the badoozy. Alright, that was kind of everything I had to go over. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and see you around, I guess.